The Northwestern Railway is always expanding throughout the years, especially since the start of the 21st century. There has been vast improvements in technology and infrastructure to stay relevant within the modern times, including signaling, communication, and even some rolling stock, as well as new assets. But the engines are still right on track and really reliable, no matter the change. Recently, the trucks who had worked on the railway are getting rather old and weak, most notably the ones which were nicknamed by many as the troublesome trucks. So the Fat Controller had decided to order a brand new set of wagons from the mainland. When the new trucks arrived a few weeks later, they are much more sturdier and stronger than their predecessors. But, being from the mainland, these trucks are never well-mannered and are just as troublesome as the ones before, if not worse.
You call this a railway? This looks more like a dump!
Not to mention these engines. They all look antique and smelly.
This made the engines cross, and not even Donald and Douglas were able to keep them licked into shape. One day, James had been tasked to take a fast freight from Tidmouth to Croven's Gate. He was not pleased about it, and to make matters worse, the new trucks are on his train.
What's this? A rusty load of scrap iron taking us?
Get us a proper engine, not an old-fashioned wreck.
Old-fashioned wreck? Pah! I'm the most splendid engine on the whole railway, and I will not stand for any more trouble, like your predecessors before you. Now come along and don't talk.
We'll give him trouble.
The journey was decent until they reached Gordon's Hill.
Quit your games.
But the trucks didn't care. They only laughed in a rather stupid way as James came to a grinding halt. Just then, Thomas came by, who was on his way to Great Waterton with a supply train.
James, what are you doing up here?
It's these newfangled trucks. They've dragged me to a standstill. Please, can you give me a push?
Sure, no problem. We'll show them who's boss.
Look here, lads. That puny little steam kettle thinks he's gonna push us all.
You might as well give up and go back to the shed, or a scrapyard, I might add.
Oh yeah? We'll see about that. Pull hard! Pull hard! Pull hard!
We'll do it. We'll do it. We'll do it.
This is certainly interesting. Indeed, Arry.
Thank you, Thomas. Good work.
No problem, James. Have a safe journey.
Later, James was having a nice long drink of water, feeling very pleased with himself, when Arry and Bert boiled over. Well, look what we have here. If it isn't James, the engine in distress who's always getting himself into many trialing incidents.
What are you two talking about?
Isn't it obvious? We both saw you being pushed up the hill by Thomas a few hours ago. Such a shame. You were always the one that's been needing help while that blue steamy is constantly coming to your rescue.
Rubbish. Thomas is the one with a heart that's big and strong and helping others. Those other incidents I have weren't even my fault.
Oh, really? Then how come we never saw you helping others in return?
Of course I did. For one thing, I once pushed Diesel to the nearest station one winter, and being Edward's back engine during a seaside special.
Is that all?
Well,
Exactly what we said. You always have Thomas playing hero of the day, while you act as if you're sitting around believing you're a fancy engine, when really you're always in a tight situation.
that's not true. I also helped Thomas finish his coal delivery once.
That still doesn't further exemplify our point. Can't argue with the facts here. James pondered, and then he had a deep sinking feeling in the back of his boiler. Perhaps Arry and Bert are right. Perhaps he hadn't returned Thomas the favor after everything that had happened to him. He still felt the same way the next day. He puffed into a siding next to Hector, the big hopper truck who was much more friendlier, unlike the other trucks. Oh my, James, don't you look upset.
It's more than that, Hector. I've been thinking. Thomas has always been a very dependable and kind engine, even if he was a bit cheeky. But I feel as if I've taken him for granted.
How come?
Every time I got myself into some sort of incident, Thomas was always the one to come to my rescue over the past decades. I mean, the cows field, nearly being hit by a falling tree, breaking down when I was delivering the fireworks. I never got the chance of how I could properly say thank you to him, and I wish I did. But how?
I'm sure Thomas would understand how much of a really good friend you are. Don't get yourself feeling blue worrying about it.
Feeling blue's an understatement, which isn't so hot when you're red.
James felt much better and carried on with his work, taking passengers to their cruise ship at Brendam Docks. He was right on time, and the passengers were singing his praises. He then made his way home light engine. As he approached Sudbury Junction, he heard an engine whistling.
Hang on, that sounds like Thomas. But what's with all the...
Help! Help!
It was Thomas. He came rushing down the hill at a tremendous rate, and he was pulling the new trucks, which are loaded with bricks.
Stop pushing! Stop pushing!
Bumping, pushing, going off the rails.
Thomas! Driver, we have to stop them, quick!
James's driver agreed, and they sped away after them.
Thomas!
James! Oh, how I'm glad to see you!
Don't worry, I'm going to try and couple up from behind to slow you down.
Please hurry. I don't think I'm going to keep up with this mad rush any longer.
Couple me up now. It's the only way to stop Thomas.
Right. Got it! Then there was trouble. Emily was coming out from Henry's Tunnel with a local train on the same line.
Oh, glory!
Look out, Emily!
Crash, crash, crash!
No! I'm going to save Thomas and everyone else's lives from being condemned by you wretched lot. Brakes now!
Phew! That was too close.
At least, we finally stopped.
That really was a close call for sure. What happened?
Just what I like to know too. The Fat Controller had been on board Emily's train.
I can explain, sir. I was being pushed by those new trucks, but James here helped to stop me.
It's true, sir. They have been nothing but a nuisance ever since they arrived, and won't stay in line.
It's a miracle you did. Otherwise, if Thomas wasn't stopped, my passengers could have been seriously hurt.
Quite right. Well done, James, for your quick thinking and stellar rescue.
Thank you, sir.
And as for you lot, what do you have to say for yourselves?
Yes! Nincompoops!
What?
You're all nincompoops!
Excuse us, you lot back there are speaking to the control of the railway himself.
That's right. I run this railway, and I brought in you lot to replace the older wagons. And by the way you've spoken to me and my engines is incompatible.
What do you know about life? What gave you the right to judge us modern trucks, huh?
Yeah, what's your game, Fatty? We should be working on a proper cleaner railway, not a dump.
And I've seen better retirement places before. Oh, hey!
Shut up and listen to him. Sorry, Thomas. I have to do this.
Don't worry about it, James.
James is right. By spewing insults about us and nearly causing an accident that could potentially harm others. I don't know how they do things on the mainland, but my rolling stock always do as they are told and work properly without fuss or bother, regardless of whichever engine they are assigned to work with. And if it happens again, I shall take away your frames and dump you lot at the bottom of the sea. In other words, your careers are on the line. Any more I need to say in the matter? And for the first time, the new trucks felt that the Fat Controller had said quite enough and are completely and obediently silent. After making their delivery, Thomas and James went back to the sheds together.
Thank you for saving me when I became a runaway, James.
Don't sweat about it, Thomas. Besides, you've rescued me on more than one occasion before, so it's only right that I return the favor.
Oh, James, you didn't do this just because of what happened over the years. I couldn't just leave a fellow engine in distress, but I do appreciate your act of bravery to stop those trucks.
Well, just between you and us, even if some things never change, I don't think these modern trucks will be complaining about our steam engines or causing trouble for some time.